I'm so freaking cold today, Leo. I'm freezing right now. I mean, it is really early, but I am so cold. I need like something hot. All right, this message is for my Leos out there, the first one of the day. We're starting on you. I'm getting like a lot. I was sitting here on the floor and just kind of writing. I started writing Leo and the other signs. But I was mainly focused on you, and I was getting like so many different things. I feel like for whoever this is for, a Leo or a cross watcher, it could be entirely reversed, but someone here at least, it's just, I mean, how do I word that? Like, maybe you get caught off guard a lot here in the near future, or you've been caught off guard a lot lately. And by caught off guard, what I mean by that, I think, is just one thing after the next type thing, or this happens, and no sooner does this happen than this happens, or no sooner do you hear about this than you see this, and no sooner do you discover this and you're hearing something else. And it's just like, it could even be along the lines of like gossip. So be careful not to get caught up in any gossip. Or of course that's not for everybody, but for some of you that's the case. Somebody trying to bring you into gossip, or don't believe everything that you see. Not that you would, but don't believe everything that you see, because there could also be a whole lot of gossip about someone else, and it doesn't necessarily mean it's true. Sometimes you have to watch. A lot of times you can see that a person, maybe an individual who gets hated on a lot or who gets talked about a lot, and that's actually a good person, and you got to watch the people who are doing all the talking. That's not always the case, but you got to, I'm sure that you already know that if you're watching this video. In fact, you could be the one that people are just talking about and saying the most about, and no sooner does somebody hear this about you and they hear this about you and hear this about you. Like, you could have a whole group of people trying to smear you, unless it's reversed, trying to make you come off as one way, appear one way, but that doesn't even mean that that's at all how you are. And it would be really a shame for someone to just believe it instead of, learn for themselves, or just kind of realize, like, okay, maybe these people are just jealous of you. Maybe they're just doing everything that they can. But you gotta, especially somebody here who seems to like always have shit thrown at them no matter what. That person probably has a big place and a big purpose on this planet. Again, not always, but a lot of times, you got to keep your eyes open and your eyes peeled. Sometimes those are the people that actually have a lot of potential and a lot to offer, and everyone else knows that too, and they don't want them to reach that potential, so they will do anything to stop that person. So it could be somebody trying to stop you. Several people. Feels like a little posse of them. Could have a connection to Taurus here, because I picked up something like that in Taurus's, Hopefully this person is like wiser than that, unless it's entirely reversed. Like, hopefully someone sees the truth. This could be in a family situation, people will do that. They'll try to, you get the point. So I don't want to stay on that, but I definitely was getting that. I also get here a type of reconciliation, teasing, like a teasing of a reconciliation here, or I'm hearing it a specific way, but I didn't want to say it like this because it sounds really awful, but a threatening of a reconciliation. And by that, what I think is being meant is there could be one person or even two people, maybe they're both on the same page. You could be a part of this, or whatever, and considering getting back together, or even hiding a relationship because, what people don't know, they can't ruin. We talk about that. But the people on the outside are like, I don't know. I feel you got eyes on you. Yes, you've got eyes on you, and not all in a negative way, but everybody's really into your business, man. Like, that's what it feels like. Or everybody's really into another person's business, and you may need to make sure that you're not just believing them, vice versa. Hopefully another person here uses their brain and doesn't just believe other people when it comes to you, that they don't just take their word for it and realize, like, consider the source. Sometimes people will do the most and talk the most about you because it takes away from shit that's going on with them. They don't want people to know what they've really done, what they're really doing, or who they really are. But they want to tell everyone who they say you are without giving you a chance. You know what I mean? A lot of it stems from jealousy. So you have eyes on you. Some of you, this could just be somebody you live with. Could be little ones, you know, or a little one if it's just one. By little, I mean just under the age of 20. That's how I'm hearing it. I was going to say younger than that, but I got 20. That came out of nowhere. So yeah, you know where they like kind of follow you around. They're like, mom, dad, mom, or aunt, uncle, whoever. Somebody here is watching. Somebody here is, you know, they just know everywhere you go. Or they want to know everywhere you go, or you can no sooner go into this room and you're being called back into this room. You know what I mean? Or something like that. Someone here is like, you could have eyes on you in a living situation. Now, it could be neighbors, just be aware. It could just be because you're hot, you're attractive, man or woman, you know, or maybe you drive a really nice vehicle or motorcycle or nice car, or careful with that, because I do see that. I see them like looking out their windows, maybe even where you go or where you work or where you park it, definitely gas stations. Be careful, because they're eyeing it. They're eyeing you, they're eyeing what you're driving, they're eyeing what you're wearing. You know, they're eyeing you. Also something to do with Ian, or Ian. Ion. Why do I get a lot of hair references? Well, you could be cosmetologist. That definitely could resonate. I know some Leos who are. But you could be considering a haircut, changing your hair, coloring your hair, coloring the new growth, cutting it, maybe a change of color, or definitely a change of style, changing up a routine, like a regimen. I don't know, I'm hearing it like that, like something to do with the hair, making it softer, getting a little trim. You know, something, or growing it out, getting a hard part if you're a male, or getting it kind of a little bit shorter because it's been hot, or getting it cut. I don't know, something to do with the hair. Also be like hair growing in the ears. Wow, okay. So yeah, we're getting a lot. You have eyes on you. But yeah, it's something to do with the neighbors too. Yeah, and not in a necessarily bad way for all. Some, yeah, just be careful, because some people are just really freaking nosy at work, where you live, where you go, where you park, where you walk, where you attend, where you frequent. You get the idea. But some, it could be someone who's like highly attracted to you and they just don't know what to say. But they're thinking about it. It's almost like considering initiation. How will they initiate a conversation with you? That's what they're thinking. How will they initiate conversation with you again? It could be somebody watching you online. I want to initiate a conversation. You know, and sometimes you'll get interesting people who will try to start fights with you to initiate contact. You know what I mean? Literally, they'll try to start fights with you, or they'll try to start rumors about you so that you'll have to address the rumors so that they can get attention from you. That's not someone you should, we're not talking about them. I'm talking about somebody who, like, they like you, they have a crush on you, they're attracted to you in a romantic way, where they're not, where they're healthy, you know. And I think they also have their eyes on you. They've been kind of watching you come and go. They really want to say something. They really want kind of an excuse or a reason to say something to you, but they don't want to like freak you out or step out of line or out of bounds or cross some sort of, I don't know, it could even be someone for reconciliation who wants to like reach out to you again, especially if they know your number or your contact information, or a way to get in touch with you or through someone to get to you. And it's like, wait, but I don't know like how, or, you know, yeah, it's like that, reconnecting, initiating contact again, or in general. I only have eyes for you. Yeah, I'm waking up, but I'm still kind of like, oh, happy birthday. Oh my God, happy birthday. Some of you, yeah, let's see, what birthdays are we getting? We're getting 8th, we're getting 9th. Let's see. 11th, 10th, 7th, 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th. That's just the ones popping off the top of my head. And why do I keep drawing these little hurricane things? Not hurricane things, but like, well, could be. But more so, it's like little tornadoes or tangles in the hair. Someone's got really tangled hair or just really curly hair, considering curly hair. Maybe someone's hair will not hold a curl, or someone has curly hair, or literally it will not hold a curl. Like, you can curl that shit, and by the end of the day, it'll just be like flat. You know, maybe someone doesn't even bother with it anymore. It's just like, no, I need a good cut that will do me, you know. Or someone needs something to do with the hair. I could get into that, but I've got to get going today. I've got some appointments to do. So yeah, a little raspy in the voice today, so it could be some throat issues going on. I don't know if something's going on there, or just kind of feeling like, you know, like just... You could just be really busy in the near future. Like, I think you're going to be, or you already are. Somebody here is cross-watcher, vice versa. Going. Like, it's really hard for me to talk. I feel like my vocal cords are like... I see something to do with hydraulics. Okay. Or hydro. Medicines, be careful, something to do with medicines. But hydraulics, hydro, hydrogen, hydrate, drink a lot of water. You could be craving a lot of water or wanting to drink more water. And if you're not really a water drinker, kind of boring to you, put some flavoring in it, or some cucumbers, make some cucumber water, some lemon lime water. Or you can eat a lot of like watermelon, or what do you call that, celery, something that has a lot of water in it. See, I only have eyes for you. If you're in a relationship, it looks faithful to me, especially with the title of I only have eyes for you, or you have eyes on you. Well, that's good. If you're in a relationship, your partner's only looking at you, only concerned with you. They don't have a wandering eye. You would already know this. So for those anyway, now if you got somebody who's a little skeezer here, that's not what I'm talking about. Not in this message. This is somebody you can trust, okay? A lot of you, I feel like you're single though, and you got people watching you. You could have a couple people vying for your attention, affection, something like that. And definitely coming up soon. Coming up real soon. Now somebody could also be having, like, vying for the affection or attention of your daughter or of your son, especially if they are teenagers and above. Yeah, definitely. Somebody's vying for them and they have eyes on them. You may have, you see, Leos are very fucking observant. You don't have to be a Leo watching this, but y'all are real observant. You're one of the most observant signs there are, other than Virgos are pretty observant too. I mean, there's a lot of observant signs, but there's ones that are way more. Leo's a big one. And so y'all may notice something. Y'all may notice someone noticing your child, even if your child's an adult now. But you're like, I think they like you. Oh, I think they like me. Or maybe you're in a relationship and you notice somebody liking your partner, looking at them, having eyes for them, checking them out. Y'all could be going somewhere and you're like, somebody checking them out. They're checking out my girl, my guy, whatever. Vice versa, somebody notices you get checked out. That's what I'm getting here. Something to do with have eyes on you, watching you, checking you out, seeing what you got going on, seeing what you're cooking over there. Yeah. Somebody... I don't know, something to do with your home or where you stay or where you live or your patio, your balcony, your front yard, your backyard. It literally has to do with where you sleep, where you stay. Somebody drives by and looks at it. It's not, I don't feel any weird thing about it. Like, I feel like they live close. Could even just be a neighbor, like, damn, admiring your vehicle if they can see it. Admiring your, I don't know, I feel like you have a vehicle that you hide, or you put it under a carport or a garage if you have that, or cover it. That's not for everybody. But for most of you, if you have like a nice vehicle or a nicer, maybe you got something in your vehicle and your windows aren't that tinted and somebody looks at it when they go by. I see that. But if it's not the vehicle, they're admiring something in your yard, on your yard, how you keep your yard, or you, if you're in your yard. They're admiring you while you're in your yard, or you on your balcony, your veranda or something. They're watching. They're like, ooh, yeah, especially if you're like bent down or bent over or kneeling down, crouching tiger. You know, you're just crouching on the ground or something. Or maybe you're just sitting there, you just, I don't know, or walking back and forth from getting your mail. Someone's like, and you may be like, no, there's no way, not me. Okay. Some of you are going to have some new neighbors if you don't already. Yeah. You will have new neighbors in some way, whether it's literally working beside you or living beside you, living near you, at school maybe. There's some type of new neighbor, like, oh my god, yes! I was going to talk about this, but I have to do this really quickly because I have to go. I thought this was so freaking cool. My daughter came home from school and she was like, we don't have the same assigned seats every day. We actually have to switch them. I've never heard of this before, and I literally was like, I have to write the teacher and tell them how brilliant they are. This is absolutely brilliant. Tell me this is not brilliant. I've never heard of this before. She has them draw a card every day, and that decides where they sit. It's totally fair, and I love that because it challenges students to have to get to know one another, to have to communicate, you know, and if it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out. I'm sure they adjust it as needed, but that's really cool, you know what I mean? So you don't form these cliques, and you don't just sit around the same people all the time. You're like kind of pushed into, but where it's still kind of your choice because you chose the card, you know? Whom you sit with that day, it's kind of like luck of the draw, or it's like fate. Fate decides. Could even be someone maybe like, I'm so lucky that I moved near you, or you moved near me, or that you happen to be here at the same time I was. Like, I feel like it was luck. I feel like it was luck. I was meant to meet you, meant to see you, meant to sit by you, meant to know you. I think it was luck that we ended up working together. I think it was, we were meant to meet. This feels like, I don't know, at least somebody here believes in fate, and this feels like somebody saying, I feel like I was fated to meet you. We were meant to be friends. We were meant to be close. We were meant to be neighbors, meant to be co-workers. We were meant to be in the same place at the same time, roommates. We were meant to be. It doesn't even have to be romantic. It's just we were. This was meant to happen. We were meant to work together. Did I already say that? Because now we've, like, this is why, I don't know, we were just meant to be. I don't know where it's going from here. I feel like that's a to be continued. You have like a longer story with someone. It hasn't even got started yet, really. Not really. Doesn't mean that you haven't known them. Could even be someone from the past. You were actually meant to meet them, but doesn't mean y'all are meant to be in each other's lives consistently. Life had to bring y'all back towards one another, possibly. Again, it doesn't have to be romantic. So some people could feel like that, but it feels like newer. Meaning they could just be now realizing it. I was meant to meet you when I did, or how we did that night, that day, whatever. But all right, guys, thank you for being there with me. And I said there with me. You see? And I'll talk to you later. Bye.